Lori, thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of another one of your journeys. I'm excited to share a little bit about my story with Modern Entrepreneur. The crazy story is I fell down chasing after an ice cream truck in heels, and that's how I became the chief popsicle of a company called Feverish Pops. Definitely wasn't an easy journey, but it's definitely been a blast in the process of the ups and downs that go with being an entrepreneur, starting a business, growing a business, and I could not have done any of that without social media. So I like to tell people, you know, if Facebook and Twitter didn't exist, Feverish wouldn't exist. And everything that came after that absolutely would not have happened because we just use social media so much to optimize what we were doing and leverage the relationships that we had and that we didn't have, but that we wanted to have at the same time. So, you know, I was a horrible student in high school, but I learned very early how to create opportunities with limited resources. And that was what allowed me when I lost my job in 2008 and my husband lost his job from the same company at the same time to just figure out what my next move was. It was a devastating time. It was a very hard time. You know, you question everything about life because it's not supposed to be this way, not understanding that failure and obstacles just are a part of the process and you absolutely have to trust the process. It was a very difficult time for me, but decided to buy these 2 ice cream carts off of the luxury shopping website Craigslist and quickly ran out of money again because, you know, I did everything that you're not supposed to do, that traditionally they tell you you're supposed to do as an entrepreneur. That's have a lot of experience, that's definitely have a lot of money, the right partnerships, and have a plan and all those things. None of those things I had at the time. It was just this crazy idea that I couldn't let go of, and knowing that I'm a person that loves to absolutely work with my hands, I just put those 2 things together. Quickly ran out of money, like I said before, and couldn't even professionally graphic wrap my carts at the time. Went to Home Depot, got some spray paint, get some decals that are supposed to go on walls, decided to put those on an ice cream cart and just go out there and see what was going to happen. And you know, if I could give any advice to any entrepreneur, it's all about building traction right now. Building traction and adding value. And the traction part comes from just getting out there, making the mistakes. It's raw, it's ugly, it's gritty, but a lot of magic happens in that. One, you just get over that hump of getting all the ideas and the processes and all the good and the bad that you think is going to happen out of your head. You put yourself out there, you're very vulnerable, you know, people are going to judge you, so what? But you get to see and really see all the things that you thought would happen that didn't happen, or the things that you didn't think of that did happen. And it also, you start getting sales, which is really important as well, and you start getting your name out there, which is also equally important. And none of that happens sitting in your bedroom or sitting in your garage. You really have to get out there and get people excited about you and excited about what you're doing and start sharing you and taking your message viral for you. And that's where social media comes into play with this day and age. Everyone wants to be a part of an experience. And once you create that experience, that's the message that people take viral. That's adding value at the end of the day. You know, when the economy tanked in 2008, some companies made it, some didn't. And what you see is the companies that made it are the ones that figured out how to add value. So people, you know, the recession didn't happen to everyone. Trust me, I know. I started a popsicle company in 2008 where one popsicle cost $3. And you can go to the grocery store at that time and still now and get a whole box of popsicles for $3. So, but we quickly realized who our target market was for our company. It really wasn't direct to consumer. It was actually direct. It was B2B, and working with these big companies who wanted to create an experience, and we had an experience that we were creating, marrying that with people, knowing that people have an emotional connection to food, and once they feel good and they had something that tastes good, they're more receptive to hearing whatever marketing messages you have to say. So that made it really easy for Google, you know, to be a client of ours, and PayPal to be a client, and Procter & Gamble and Forever 21 and Cadillac and all these big name clients that have been a client of a popsicle company. How does that happen? It's leveraging your social media. It's hitting the ground every single day. It's creating a product that and a brand that is infectious enough that bigger companies want to align with you, which is also really important. So you can have a product all day long that you think is a right fit, but if they don't see how they can align with you, then you haven't really done your job. There's no way for them to see how they fit in. So constantly painting that picture for our clients every single day, and how fluid and how different our clients are is really important. And social media really helped us paint that picture, tell our story, and really the narrative that made it easy for us to have those conversations and even connect with those people, because the gatekeepers are gone, especially when you are talking about social media. So it's very it's very easy to one day be having a conversation with the CEO of a company or an editor of a magazine, and you guys make that connection on social media, and that goes from a 140 character conversation to, hey, let's do business together, or let's write this story about you. And that was, something that was really great for us, as well as getting all the media attention that we were able to get. When we started Feverish, because my husband and I were unemployed when we started the company, we wanted to make sure that it always had a social mission, a part of it as well. So every popsicle we sell goes directly to, a portion of it goes directly to either a charity or helping us personally fund a community program, especially as something in need. So the problem that we decided to tackle is youth unemployability, because at the time when we started our company, Broward County, which is where we live, had a youth unemployment rate of 31%, which is insane. So showing students and their families how to be self-sustainable while they're still young, while they're 13 and 14 and 15 years old, and now marrying that with technology with an organization that we started called Code Fever. And all that to say, that's our story of starting Feverish. Started it by falling down chasing after an ice cream truck in heels. Who does that but me? But that was my Oprah aha moment while I was on the ground. I'm way too old to chase after an ice cream truck. And the second idea was, why hasn't anyone come up with a cooler way for adults to enjoy ice cream? And the idea for Feverish was born. And throughout the journey, we've self-funded in the very beginning. We took on investors. That was a whole nother story within itself, Lori, of the good and the bad and the ugly of taking on investors and opening up a store. And I'm distributing our product all over the United States and having, again, some amazing clients from a private label and a gourmet popsicle catering party and all that standpoint. And that is Feverish, and I'm Felicia Hatcher, the Chief Popsicle of Feverish Pops. I'm also the author of now 4 books. My first book, The C Student's Guide to Scholarships, a creative guide to finding scholarships when your grades suck and your parents are broke. How to Start a Business on a Ramen Noodle Budget. Failure, a success story, and also my newest book, Poppreneurs. Thank you, Lori, for having me on your show, and thank you, Modern Entrepreneurs.